The ninth chord. The ninth chord is going to be just like the seventh chord, except you're going to add a ninth. So here's an example. We're going to use all odd numbers, which are going to be one. We're going to be in the key of C here for a moment. One, let's do the scale. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. And those are just continue to scale. Really, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. When you're at eight, you're really at a one, which is here. That's a one and an eight is the same thing. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So a nine is also the same as a two. So you never really have to count to nine if you can remember that a nine is the same as a two. So we're going to use the odd numbers, which are the one, three, five, seven. But here's your seven. But we got a flat to seven, so it's going to be a B flat instead of a B. And then you're going to have a nine, which is one, two, same as a two. You could have used this nine here if you want, because since it's the same as a two, totally up to you. I'm just doing it this way to show you what I'm talking about. One, three, five, flat seven, nine. Okay, that's a C9 chord right there. But now, it's normally not played that exact way right there, but it can be played that way. There's nothing wrong with it if you play it that way. But I'm going to take the C out of the right hand, which is a root note. Take the C out the right hand and put it in the left hand bass. So that C I put there, you can use one letter or you can use two C's if you want. I'm just using two. And so that right there, that's a C9. That's one way of doing it. Here's another way to do the C9 chord. Um, let's try bringing these top two notes, this B flat and this C. Remember, you don't have to do it. I'm doing it this way. I'm just moving the letters around. But I'm using this B flat and this D. I'm just going to bring them down an octave. And that was B flat and D. So that's another way that you can do the ninth chord. I'll do that again just to make sure you got it. That's your one, which we have in the bass, three, five, flat seven, nine, which is the same as a two, which is a D. And all I did is brought the top two notes down an octave, B flat and D. I kept my E G, but I'm bringing B flat, D. So now I got this inversion, B flat, D, E, G. So that right there, that's a C9 chord. And that's used very, 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 very often in a lot of styles of music. So using that exact inversion. Of course, that's not the only inversion. You can mix these letters around any order you want to. And okay, now that's a C9 chord. Let's try a different one. Let's try a B. Okay, I'm gonna use a B9. So we have, here's a B scale of one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Remember, don't get confused when I go to a nine because a nine is the same as a two. So really you could do this one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, which is the same as a one, and then go to two, and you'll be automatically at a nine. If you just remember that a two and a nine is the same. So you're gonna have a one, I'm gonna keep B, so that's a one, using all odd numbers, one, three, five. Okay, now on the seventh, this is a major seven, so we got a flat to seventh. So bring it from a B flat down to an A. So that means I took it down a half step. So that's your seventh, your flat is seven, which is an A. Oh, and then we need a nine, which we said a nine and a two is the same thing. So one, two, which is a D flat. But I'm gonna use this D flat here. You can use any D flat you want. I'm just using that one. Okay, now this B here, since there's so many fingers to use, this B, I'm gonna put it in the left hand bass. Doesn't matter where it's at on the piano, it's still gonna be a B9 chord. Um, uh, yeah, B9 chord. So what you're gonna do, you can play it that way, and there won't be nothing wrong with it. It'll be perfectly fine. But I'm just gonna bring my top two notes, which is an A, and let's call this a C sharp. Bring the A and the C sharp. I'm gonna bring those two down an octave. A, C sharp. And I kept the other two notes that I already had. So then again, that would be a B9 chord. Okay? I'm going to show you one more. Let's go to, Let's try a G9 chord. So here's your G scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, 8 and 1 is the same. And so 9. Remember, 9 and 2 is the same. Say 1, 2. So that 2 would be a 9. So I do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Okay, so I'm doing a 1. We're doing a ninth chord, so we're going to use all odd numbers. 1, 3, 5. Okay, here's your 7. That's your major 7, but always flat to 7. So I'm going to bring that F sharp down to a F. So that'd be a 7. You're flat at 7. And then we're going to use a 9, which is the same as a 2. Remember, we're in the key of G, so 1, 2. So that would be a ninth chord right there. That's technically that's a G9 chord I'm holding. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this G here and put it in the left-hand bass. Take it out of the right hand, put it in the left. Totally up to you how you do it. I'm just showing you one way to do it. And then these top 2 notes. And I'm just doing a little change this time. Instead of you bring the top 2 notes down like I did in the other 2 chords, I'm going to bring the bottom 2 notes up, which is B, D. I'm going to keep my F, A, but the B, D are coming up an octave. So hear that B, D. So that would be a G9 chord. F, A, B, D. I'm going to bring everything down a whole octave. Same notes, F, A, B, D. That's the ninth chord.